Okay, guys, we are back in our Alone Together episodes, and we have our next installment. We are on David's side, and we're going to look at this wall in front of you. He has all of his what are those things? Builder figures?
Well, basically everything, most of the loose figures are there. And they're mostly modern figures. I got Builder figures, I got 112s. Those are all Builder figures on the top two tiers there. I got a little space for some more. I haven't got any Builder figures for a while, but I do like the Builder figures.
And what is a Builder figure?
Well, you know, Marvel Legends and DC multiverse figures, and some other companies do it too, like the Dragon Ball Z's and so on. They come with like a limb in a package, and you assemble them together. Get a close up on that Juggernaut. See Juggernaut?
That's this guy.
Yeah. See his look at his hands and his belt.
Look at his eyes and teeth.
Yeah.
West and dollar signs.
I know, just being silly, but you get like a piece of it, and if you buy enough of the figures, if you buy the whole set of figures, you can assemble a Build-A-Figure, which is an exclusive, and therefore it's only loose. The only way you can have these is loose.
Okay.
Unless you just keep them all in the package. All 5 or 6 or 7 figures or however many.
Okay.
But I like the Build-A-Figures, but I haven't been able to get any for a while. That's all of my Build-A-Figures there that I have currently, I think.
So you bought all of these figures to make these things?
No, I got those loose.
Oh,
I
you
got
bought them
these
loose.
already pre-assembled by somebody else.
Oh, okay. Who's this guy?
The Abomination. It's a Hulk villain.
And that's Hulk.
Yeah, that's a Gladiator Hulk.
Oh, wait. Okay, Hulk.
With a removable helmet.
And who's this guy?
Wendigo, I think.
Oh, you don't know.
It's either Wendigo or Sasquatch. I think it's Sasquatch.
What about that guy?
Where? The Absorbing Man.
Will he absorb things?
Yeah, if he touches something, he can obtain its properties. That's why you see him, like, changing colors.
Oh, okay.
This is my 1/12 scale Mezcos. All of my Mezcos, all my 1/12 scales are Mezcos except for V. And interestingly enough, if you go back to the V really quick, that was made by Bullethead. It's cheaper. Bullethead figures are cheaper than the Mezcos and better quality. All of his accessories are metal. He has real rooted hair. I mean, I could go on and on. He was less expensive and better quality. I was shocked. But he's the only one I have that is not Mezco. And I'm not trying to put Mezco down. I really do like the Mezco 1/12 series, as you can see.
Yeah.
That's my Nightmare Batman.
Oh, yeah.
And the Batfleck head, that is actually a customized head. And it's called the Batfleck head because a lot of people didn't like the head that came with this. So there's a custom. That head's probably worth more than the Batman. My only Star Trek one.
Space Ghost. I like Space Ghost.
I like Space Ghost too. He's trying to get Popeye spinach.
I like Space Ghost. I used to watch Space Ghost Coast to Coast when it was like a little news show. And they had the praying mantis and they would interview people. I always thought that was cool. I want to collect the Space Ghosts.
Yeah. Some of these are fairly common, but a lot of them, some of them are pretty hard to find too.
Who's this guy? This one.
That is the Arrow. And actually a lot better figure than a lot of people would give him credit for. That's a pretty decent figure.
Did you see the Aquaman? Somebody put Thor head on the Aquaman. You saw that?
I didn't see that.
And then it looks like you got the Ghostbusters
Yeah,
here.
the Mezco Ghostbusters, which was sold as a set.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know that was expensive.
It was their most expensive project, 1/12 to date.
Ooh. Let me get down so I can get some close-ups on it. So you're a big Ghostbusters fan?
I like the Ghostbusters. I wasn't so much. I don't know. I like the animated series, but I was never really into the figures. I know a lot of people really like the animated series.
I did.
Ghostbusters.
I used to watch that.
Ghostbusters action figures, but I never really cared for the figures that much personally.
And who is this guy? This blue guy?
That is a stealth Iron Man.
Oh, that's an Iron Man
Yeah.
figure. I know him.
Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
And the original Daredevil in the yellow and red suit. Which
He never had that on a show.
No, I think it was in the comics for like 5 issues, and then they killed it. Commander Rogers. And then Thor and Hulk.
And this is a Gladiator. So you got 2 Gladiator Hulks.
Yeah, that one's the Mezco 112, and the other one is the Legends Build-A-Figure.
Okay, now we're moving down to G.I. Joe, and we talked about your G.I. Joe figures before.
Because these are my childhood G.I. Joes that I had obtained on my own. Nobody gave me these. I went out and got them myself as a kid, and collected bottles and cans and did whatever I could for hustle up some cash. And I had more, but it's gone.
You're a very determined kid.
Yeah.
Be hustling up some cans and stuff to get G.I. Joe figures.
You'd be surprised at 5 cents a can how fast you can come up with it in a college town.
Yeah, I don't think it's 5 cents a can anymore. I don't know. I haven't
Because
I
grew
with that in a
I grew
long
up
time.
in Boston while they were doing that, and with all the college kids, Boston University, Boston College, and everything, it didn't take much to, especially with the bins out, to get $5-10 worth of cans and go down and cash them in. But I had more, but some of that was lost, and we talked about that a little bit before.
Yeah.
And that's a stand. I was trying to get the Joes in there, and they keep toppling over. I do not have foot stands, unfortunately, for these Joes.
That's probably more expensive than a Joe.
They can get expensive for stands that actually fit that category of Joes.
I'm not going to ask you who all these people are. We might be here. We might be here for a while.
Yeah, well.
And I'm almost sure you kind of know who they are. So I'm going to just kind of show them. And maybe the people watching knows who they are.
Know.
I know I don't know. I don't know. I used to watch G.I. Joe, but I honestly never really cared for the show. I always thought it was pretty lame. You knew what was going to happen. Nothing.
And nobody was going to
die.
The best marksman in the world, and they can't hit the side of a barn when they're shooting at each other.
No. And every time they would shoot down a plane, the people in it would parachute out.
Yeah.
Cobra had red lasers. G.I. Joe had blue lasers.
I think that's why the comic book is so popular with fans of the raw era G.I. Joes, because in the comic book it was a lot more graphic.
Right.
So people could die in the comic. People could get seriously injured in the comic, and so it was a little bit more realistic.
I really didn't like it when I didn't like Sergeant Slaughter. I don't know. I know a lot of people liked him. I only remember. I remember the characters, but the names I only remember, like the Baroness, Cobra, Destro, Serpentor, Duke, and Scarlet, and Lady Jane. That's all I can remember. Like if I see them, like I'll remember. Oh yeah, I remember that character. Not so much the name, but that was one of those after-school specials. Not specials, but when the afternoon cartoons used to come on. Okay, this is John Wick, not John Wick. Neo.
From The Matrix.
I was trying to get in there. Keanu Reeves, that's what I was trying to say.
Probably easily my favorite Hot Toys.
Oh, yeah.
Because it does everything you expect for the Hot Toys to do. I'm often disappointed with Hot Toys and with 6 scale figures. Poor articulation, very fragile, very expensive, limited accessories. He came with a ton of accessories. He is very flexible and feels solid. You know, you see the pose I got him in. I couldn't do that with most Hot Toys figures. It wouldn't work.
Yeah.
And he has this, I've mentioned these before, this is like a spring wrapped in rubber. And it's probably the best stand that they make. Most of the time you get these ball hugger sands. They don't work very well. The figures are too top heavy for them.
This says Neon Tech Iron Man.
Neon Tech Iron
From
Man.
Iron Man 2.
That's because he,
Oh, he lights up.
yeah, he glows under black light. You see? It's kind of hard to tell with the extra
all
light.
that
But,
light on.
and he's die-cast metal. He was a convention exclusive.
I like this Captain America. This is Captain America.
That is the Stealth Suit Avengers Iron Man. It was never actually used.
This is not Iron Man. This is Captain
America. Yeah, but it was the stealth suit version. Which he kind of represents what I was talking about. That is the best I could possibly do as a pose. He is so stiff, and if you push it, you'll rip his costume. The shields don't fit on his arms.
I like the coloring.
He looks good, but he's just hard to work with.
Yeah. Then you got Stan Lee here.
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 Stan Lee. I really like that one, actually.
See his face.
Again, tough to pose. I mean, he's barely sitting on that rock that came with him. But I do like that as a homage to Stan Lee.
Yeah.
I get it.
Ghost Rider.
That is the second Ghost Rider that was put out by Sideshow Collectibles. The first one was a black outfit with yellow hair. This is the limited edition version.
I like the one with him on the bike. You don't have the one with him on the bike?
That's a statue.
Oh.
There's supposed to be a Mezco 112 coming out with him on a bike.
John Rambo.
The original Hot Toys Rambo.
Sylvester Stallone when he was young was good looking, but now he just looked like a mess.
Well, he is like in his 70s or something, right?
Yeah. He got sad eyes.
He does.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't like this one, but I mean, it's like the first one they did.
Yeah, it don't look all that good. It's not a good likeness. I mean, like now, I know you said this is a earlier edition. If they did it now, I think they would get a better likeness.
Yeah.
This is real Gene.
Yeah. And he has that vinyl skin, though. That's the one thing I really don't like, because that skin, like on his arms and chest, it looks good, but if you pose it, if you're not careful, it will tear.
Yeah. I like Predator.
And that's the original Hot Toys Predator.
Yeah. I liked Alien versus Predator, but I think it would have been better if it was more Alien and more Predator and less of that girl running around all over the place trying to get up on that guy.
Yeah, the people just kind of got in the way.
Yeah. I think it could have been a lot better. And maybe you can do a movie with absolutely no talking. If it was just them and you see like the aliens getting prepared and the predators getting prepared to do a yearly battle.
Or let them talk in their own language and put subtitles.
Yeah. I think that would work.
You're probably right.
Because the movie itself, it was okay. It wasn't bad. It got better when the alien and the predator was going at it and kind of hunting each other down.
You look at the way he's painted too. He looks like he's wet.
Yeah, he's real glossy.
Yeah. And that is not paint right here. This is actually a net that is covering his whole body.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Then we got these two guys up here.
Captain Scarlet, one of my favorite Jerry Anderson productions. Captain Scarlet's
Let's see if
freaking
we
awesome.
can close up on these guys.
The red guy is Captain Scarlet.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
The other guy is from that movie.
Princess Bride.
Yeah, it was all right.
I like the way this one looks, and this one's by 3-0, but this
Oh,
is
that's
like
not a hot toy?
no.
Mm.
Yeah, this is Big Chief, and this is 3-0. And his sword is so flimsy. That's why I've got it like this. They have a gripping hand, and you try to get it into the gripping hand, and you can actually feel the thing bending.
Ooh.
And it's about as flimsy as one of those like cocktail swords that you buy. And I'm terrified it'll snap, and I'll never be able to replace it.
Okay, we're gonna move up here. I don't know if I'm gonna get it because
Tamashii Nations.
Yeah, I can't get it straight on.
I've only got one Star Wars one, which is the Darth Maul on the left. The rest of those are the Marvel.
Who's Darth
and
Maul?
Darth Maul's
Is that purple guy?
all the way on the left.
Oh, him.
Darth Maul.
Okay.
That's the only Star Wars one I have, and that's the biggest set they have is the Star Wars. I only have one, and I'm missing two from the Marvels. I need Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh.
Because they don't make that many, actually. I know there's a lot of Star Wars, but they've been producing those a lot longer. Because they only put one out like every 6 months or so, which I would prefer, because some of these sets, like Hot Toys, and they come out with one every week or something, and it's like, God, give me a break. Mezco does that too. They just crank them.
Okay, we're going to move down here to Star Trek.
Yeah. I've got the Spock.
Let me get down. Okay. All right.
Spock.
Yep, I know who that is. That's this guy.
Ricardo Montalban as Khan sitting in the chair there.
All right.
And the chair, of course, was a separate accessory.
Oh, that's you want to get all they can out of that.
Captain's chair. And then the deluxe version of Leonard McCoy, who came with like a ton of accessories.
That's Spock.
That's Leonard. Look at their faces.
Oh, I thought you said Leonard Nimoy. This is Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah, that's Leonard Nimoy.
Oh.
And that's Leonard McCoy, who
The
the actor was DeForest Kelley.
Oh, okay. I got it mixed up. I thought you was trying to say Leonard Nimoy, and I was like, I know he was Spock.
No.
And I showed that. All right.
And a little space there for if I can get anybody else. There's 3 other figures I don't have.
I thought you had that woman.
I have Amigo, Lieutenant Uhura.
Oh. Then you got this picture here in the back. It's news clipping. Then we got these guys.
Yeah, the Mondo Masters of the Universe. Which I'm really liking the Mondos.
Yeah.
A lot of people were not happy when He-Man came out. And they were like, I don't understand. That doesn't look like He-Man like any of them do.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many different versions and varieties. But that's the deluxe He-Man. The Mondo exclusive that came with this faceplate. So that when you got the Skeletor, you could swap it out.
Okay.
Because the face is supposed to come out of the hood. Problem, the face won't come out. It won't move.
Oh,
so
wow.
I'm not going to break it trying to get it out of there.
Yeah.
And that's the deluxe Skeletor because he comes with the cosmic key, which is that platform that's next to his foot. And then of course I got the deluxe versions of the Faker and Merman as well. Which the Merman, they really knocked it out on the sculpting.
Look at that face. I'm on Faker. Look at that face.
That's the exclusive head.
Yeah.
It's the damaged robot head. But I just really like I like what Mondo's done with it. I know some people they whine about it or whatever, but
people whine about everything.
I know.
There's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
You know, they always got something to say. It's always like, yeah.
But I like them, and I don't have any Masters stuff.
And that's all that matters.
Yeah,
because it's all about what you like.
I think they look good, and they've got some more coming out. They got the Scare Glow.
Yeah.
And then Man at Arms and.
I saw those Man at Arm pictures. Yeah. They look really good.
Yeah, and they've added another head to it. They've added a snake Man at Arms head. So it looks really good.
I like this.
You like the reptilian head?
Yeah, that one looks good. I mean, this head right here looks really good too.
Yeah. And of course, the fun thing about these too is that the jaws are articulated.
Oh wow!
So
Look at that.
you can reposition it to show more expression. Same thing with this. See, it's like his mouth can open and close. I just chose to leave it open.
They did a lot of work on Merman. Seemed like
They sure did.
Seemed like they did more on him than they did on the rest of them. But you know,
and they're doing more and more detail as they move on. Too.
Yeah.
They're learning from the experience, if you will, because if you saw, like you said, you saw the Man at Arms. The Man at Arms, the armor and everything had a lot of detail. Man at Arms looks great. The new one, and the Hordak. They've shown the Hordak that they have planned at some of the shows, and there have been people, even skeptics of the Mondos, have sat there and said it's probably the best Hordak they've ever seen.
Yeah.
As far as action figures. So there's some potential.
Okay. So you got a nice little loose collection, and I guess this is your loose collection. Well, you got some loose G.I. Joes that we already saw. The big one when we did your little G.I. Joe.
Yeah, those are
talk.
60s and 70s Joes though. But except for these, because really I don't have anywhere else to put them. Everything on this wall is modern.
Yes.
And most of the rest of what I have is vintage stuff.
So you mainly collect vintage stuff?
Yeah, of course.
Well, you said of course.
Well, you look around.
Yeah.
And you can see. But yeah, mainly I'm always going to gravitate back to vintage, and I just have a few exceptions. And that's been like the Mezcos and the Build-A-Figures and some of the 6 scales. I don't have like a massive collection of 6 scale figures, but I have a handful because I don't have a budget for it, you know, and most of this stuff I've traded for, you know, and hustled up.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have a disposable budget at all.
Yeah.
But I always go back to the childhood toys. You know, those are the ones that interest me the most.
Right. Okay. So I guess we have seen, oh, we forgot one thing. There's Buck Rogers here.
Oh, Zika Toys, Tiger Man.
Yeah.
They only made 2.
We saw some Buck Rogers a couple of days ago, didn't we? But
yeah,
I guess
but you
he
saw
got left
vintage
out.
ones.
Oh, this is a newer one?
This is new.
Oh.
This is or not too new, but recent.
Okay.
They had planned to make 5. They only made Tiger Man and Buck Rogers, and then they just stopped.
Oh, okay.
I don't have the Buck, and the Buck sells for like a lot more than Tiger Man, like 3 times as much. But Tiger Man's the only one I have.
Okay. Well, we have seen your loose collection. You guys let us know what you think about David's loose collection. Anything else you need to let us know? Make us aware of?
I don't think so.
All right, then. We will see you guys later.